Right now at 5, primary election day is almost here. The primary rule you'll want to know before hitting the polls. Plus, an alert for La Crosse drivers, the lane change that could slow you down for weeks.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now at 5. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Ken is off tonight. Well, tomorrow is primary election day and some western Wisconsin residents may have to take a tough choice at the polls. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us in studio to explain the primary ballot rule voters face.
Voters can only vote for one party during the primary election. This means some voters will have to choose between voting in local and state elections. Monroe, Trempealeau, and Chippewa counties only have Republican candidates running for sheriff. This means the winner of the primary election will be the only candidate on November's ballot. With crucial races like the Democratic primary for governor on the ballot, Democratic voters will have to choose between the races.
People need to think strategically about which party's primary they're going to participate in because they need to understand that they cannot participate in multiple party primaries.
If voters mark a party on their ballot, votes cast in any other party won't be counted. If they don't mark a party and then vote for candidates in multiple parties, their votes won't be counted at all. And voters can also find those instructions listed at the top of their ballot tomorrow. In studio, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. And the La Crosse MTU is offering free fares all day tomorrow. Any route can get riders to their polling place. Polls open in Wisconsin at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. The DMV also extending its hours. It's open today and tomorrow from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. to allow for more time to obtain an ID. Congressman Derek Van Orden announcing historic new funding for Medicaid. He says the reimbursement rate for medical providers is jumping from 1.8% up to 6%. Wisconsin will also be receiving $203 million for rural health care revitalization. Ahead of the primaries, Van Orden says the cost of living is getting better for Wisconsinites.
Are they where we want to be? No. Americans hate paying more for gas. We hate paying taxes. It's just the way it is. So what we're trying to do right now, or what the administration is trying to do, is get the prices down where people don't have to be as concerned.
Van Orden says the new reimbursement rate sends money to healthcare providers instead of insurance companies. And you can stay with News 8 Now on air and online for election coverage. We'll have the races and results that matter to you, along with expert analysis. A News 8 follow-up out of Madison. The police officer who shot and killed Corey Ruiz has been identified. The Wisconsin DOJ says Officer Kyle Bedinger Peterson fired the fatal shot. All 4 officers involved remain on administrative leave and are cooperating with investigators. The La Crosse Chamber of Commerce hosting a meeting on the proposed city administrator role. The chamber is in favor of the position. The position would take on some of the mayor's daily responsibilities.
They serve as a really great buffer between the city council and some of the politics and their day-to-day work.
Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey recently said he's not in favor of adding a city administrator position. And a traffic alert for drivers on Copeland Avenue. Lanes will be reduced from Causeway Boulevard to Riverbend Road for up to 6 weeks. It's to install new water main and storm sewer connections at the new Marsh Lane. Well, Greg, it was a little bit humid out there, a little bit muggy. How are those storms going to impact us?
Well, we do have another, as you would expect this time of the year, we get a lot of late night or early morning activity with this thunderstorm complexes come through, and sometimes we get a little bit of evening activity too. We're going to see more of that tomorrow morning. Really, the thunder is going to be coming through, and some areas could see heavy rainfall and some gusty winds, but especially as you go further south of I-90. Now, today it was muggy for most areas. If you go further north, it wasn't as bad. Overall temperatures fairly seasonable, maybe a degree or two above average for some areas. We definitely still got the haze out there with smoke aloft. You can see that in all 3 cameras. And note that the feel-like temperature is now at 90 for La Crosse. giving you an indication that we got dew points probably in the low 70s. Further north you go, it's more into the mid to upper 60s. So there's your dew points. Not that bad as you go to Rusk County. Unfortunately, further south you go, we got the mid 70s. Overall quiet conditions. The boundary is to the south of the area right now. We're not expecting any activity this evening. We'll see basically hazy skies. We'll clear out, getting back only to 72 for Eau Claire and La Crosse too. A few clouds here and there, but otherwise getting clear this evening and muggy. 75 going on. Now we do have that moisture engine that'll keep going for several days this week, but we do have a little bit of a dry and cooler trend towards the second half of the week, and we'll explain all that a bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, it sounds like August, huh?
It's typical August weather around here. Yes, it is.
All right, thanks, Greg. The University of Wisconsin leaders are meeting today to discuss healthcare priorities for the next state budget. The universities are pushing to expand healthcare access and strengthen the medical workforce with a goal of training 35,000 healthcare professionals over the next 10 years.
We want to ensure that our communities have the healthcare professionals that patients need, from newborns to older adults.
Now, the proposal asks for $90 million spread across all 13 UW campuses, funding both training and research for the next generation of medical professionals. Junior Achievement offering kids a unique experience. It's through a 4-day camp, and they're getting experience in researching, planning, and presenting their own food trucks. They designed their trucks, created menus, and prepared their own cuisine. The kids got to hear from a local food truck entrepreneur, Mia's Kitchen.
We are very excited about this camp because it gives youth the opportunity to experience what it's actually like to build their own business from scratch, what it really means to be an entrepreneur.
And Junior Achievement partners with the Boys and Girls Club to provide the workforce development experience. Wisconsin Housing and Economic Development Authority awarding grants today to 2 La Crosse nonprofits working to expand affordable housing. Cooley Cap received $344,000 for homebuyer counseling. Habitat for Humanity received $11,000 to support the Washburn neighborhood development in La Crosse, which includes renovating one home and building another.
The funding that we receive from WIDA is what really allows us to support our housing counseling program and support households on their journey to home ownership and help them realize that they can become a homeowner if they want to and if it's a goal of theirs, and to help them learn what that process looks like.
Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey was also in attendance at today's event and says La Crosse is committed to attracting more affordable housing developers to the community. Still to come, President Trump making a big change to vaccine recommendations. Which ones are being taken off the list? Plus, an investigation into a fatal boating accident. The suspect already facing over 13 charges.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, it is Election Day across Wisconsin for the primary election. What you need to know. Plus, inflation is taking any raises you might get at work. And Nicole has a look at your forecast at 5 a.m.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know inspiration's in full swing this time of year. So bring us your wild ideas, and we'll bring the value on the quality supplies you need to make it happen at unbeatably low prices. Right now, during our summer jean sale, get 25% off Ariat Western jeans for the family. Men's full blue jeans, $10.99. Plus, buy 3 Uniroyal tires, get one free, or extra instant savings on all other brands. Find value on everything to do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Toma Health's Hospice Touch and Palliative Care supports our community with compassionate care.
I'm Amanda Burkhalter, and I'm the Hospice Touch and Palliative Care Director. My role really is to continue strengthening relationships in our community and just making sure that we're being able to provide access to our services.
Palliative care and hospice teams really are eliminating barriers regarding access to care and providing excellent care right here locally.
Learn more about Hospice Touch and Palliative Care at tomahealth.org.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I'm Michael Lawler, and I'm part of a group that's organizing against data centers. Derek Van Orden sold us out. He voted to make it easier for billionaires to take our land, raise utility rates, and build data centers without guardrails. Derek Van Orden fights for corporations. Rebecca Cook fights for working families. She's the only Democrat tough enough to take on these billionaires and corporations.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message. I'll fight for a moratorium on data centers because our communities deserve leaders who don't sell them out.
Your home's first line of defense? Your roof. And here in the Midwest, storms can do serious damage before you even notice.
Or maybe it's just time for an upgrade. Old shingles, clogged gutters, those small issues, they turn into big problems fast.
At Larson Keeney Home Services, we install roofs and gutters you can count on season after season.
And we make it easy. From inspection to installation, we handle everything.
Call Larson Keeney Home Services today
and protect what matters most.
Breaking political news, Todd Blanche officially swearing into the Attorney General role today. Now it comes after the Senate narrowly voted 50-49 to confirm him over the weekend. He's been the acting AG since Pam Bondi's ousting in April and is President Trump's former personal attorney. Well, the latest demands from Iran in order to make a peace deal are causing further strain between them and the U.S. CBS Natalie Brand has more details.
With Iran demanding compensation from the U.S. as a condition for reopening the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump Monday is making his own demand.
They asked for money for the damage that we've done. I said, that's a good idea. Well, we're going to ask for money for the damage they've done over a 50-year period.
Adding that he's instructed his representatives to put this into all future negotiations. It comes after what appeared to be a setback this weekend in the effort to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's Revolutionary Guard is insisting the U.S. lifts the naval blockade, removes economic sanctions, and releases frozen assets, as well as agree to war damage reparations.
The conditions that the Iranians have put on opening the strait would be unacceptable to the United States.
With oil prices rising on the news Monday, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent defended the military operation while visiting troops in South Carolina.
We are showing our adversaries that the United States, we stand up for our allies, we stand up for our values.
The Trump administration has argued the U.S. military operation is putting continued economic pressure on Tehran, which could bring them to the negotiating table. But lawmakers critical of the administration's strategy argue a potential deal could benefit Iran.
What a victory for Iran that at the end of this war, they get paid to reopen the strait. They get paid to rebuild their military. They get paid to rebuild their support for proxies in the region.
An advisor to one of Iran's chief negotiators suggested their plan is to string the administration along until President Trump's term ends. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump is making changes to childhood vaccination recommendations. Today, he signed an executive order lowering the recommended vaccines from 18 to 11. It recommends the hepatitis and meningitis vaccines only for certain high-risk groups, and the flu and COVID vaccines fall under shared decision-making between doctors and families. Some developing news out of New York. Federal investigators are now looking into whether the operator of a capsized boat in New York Harbor was running an illegal charter. The NYPD says 46-year-old Manuel Hernandez is already facing 13 counts of reckless endangerment. Police say there were 14 people on board Saturday night. 12 survived, but a woman and her 5-month-old baby died.
They're going to look at all of those things: size of the boat, current in the area, water temperature, safety equipment, license for the captain, and just how the heck the boat overturned.
I don't know what to say. It's tragic, especially such a young baby and a young mom.
The Coast Guard is encouraging people to be vigilant about getting a for-hire boat. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, some are going to get a drenching come Tuesday with some thunderstorms, even gusty winds, and this convective engine keeps going for more Tuesday into Wednesday. But there is a break coming up in the forecast. We'll explain all that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We're a team you can trust, and we're local. We see our members out in the public all the time. Want to be able to look them in the eye and know that we did right by them.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
My oldest kids dared me to get into farming. We decided, let's make a lavender farm. I'm pretty picky about what I want, so I went to Menards.
We carry everything that anybody would need, so we were off to the races right away.
We decided to reskin the building with new metal and then put on a larger addition.
We didn't have to wait on anything. Things were always in stock. It's about as good as you can get from a customer service standpoint.
Get an 11% rebate on your post frame project at Menards.
One thing I've learned after 30 years of being in dentistry is that, it's about relationships. It's about building trust. It's about making patients feel comfortable and making them feel at home. And part of that is being able to see your dentist when you need them. And so we offer same-day appointments. If you're having a problem, we want to take care of you. If you have a toothache and you need a root canal, come in and see me. I'll take care of you. Our job is to make you feel comfortable.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
It's summertime. Time to choose your adventure in a Ford. #1 in new vehicle quality. Nice.
I choose moments like this.
And I choose the sea.
It's a lake, Dad.
It's Big Lake, son.
See? A Ford SUV? It's a great choice.
Get 0% financing for 36 months, no payments for 90 days, and $1,000 toward your down payment on select Ford SUVs. Plus a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
Is your concrete cracked, stained, or darkening your space? Here at River Valley Floor Shield, we provide a concrete coating that turns that dark and damaged space into a durable, weather-resistant surface that matches your home perfectly. We are looking for limited home orders to take place in our concrete blow-up special, where they will receive 25% off the project and a new space they're proud of. Call today to see if you qualify.
We're a team you can trust, and we're local. We see our members out in the public all the time. Want to be able to look them in the eye and know that we did right by them.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Nearly 30 years after Tupac Shakur was shot and killed, the only man ever charged in his murder is on trial today. Jury selection begins for Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, accused of orchestrating the 1996 shooting. Davis pleaded not guilty. Former Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, who was in the car with Tupac at the time, could testify. Now let's send it over to Greg for our First Warn forecast.
To our south for the time being, and that's why we haven't seen much of activity going into this morning and this afternoon, a little bit towards southern Wisconsin. What we're watching is really as it drapes back to the front range of the Rockies right there. That's where you're going to see a complex developing some point there in basically southern South Dakota, and then spread eastward overnight, and that's going to draw this boundary back northward, and really that thing is just going to follow the front basically from northwest to southeast across for areas south of I-90 tomorrow morning. Typical pattern we see a lot in August. We're going to see it more too. Wednesday and Thursday, we still have opportunities for these complexes to develop. It does get a little better shot further south to go, but then by the time we get to Thursday and then Friday, we're going to turn things around a little bit, dry us out, but then we're going to have more activity. You see the ridge build it, and the heat dome to the south builds to our south. We're going to see another system come through for the weekend. Moisture returns. We're going to see more complexes, more showers and thunderstorms come through for the weekend. And you can see overall, the dew points start falling a little bit for most areas. Some areas have already seen that, but for most, we'll start seeing that fall come all the way down to Thursday and Friday. You can see it basically getting back into the upper 50s, low 60s for most areas. And then they're going to start coming back up as moisture gets pulled back up, maybe getting up into the mid to upper 60s for some areas. So it will get a little bit more muggy as we go back into the weekend, but nothing too oppressive quite yet. A lot of clouds will keep those temperatures down. Now for tonight, really as you wake up 5 a.m., we're going to have cloud cover spread across the area. There could be a few showers or even a thunderstorm that really arrives probably before this complex does. By the morning commute, you'll start seeing coverage begin to increase, and then around 7 to about 9 is when this complex comes through. And really you can see where the strongest is. It's south of I-90. That'll come through northeast Iowa and eventually southwestern Wisconsin. Could have a good signature to see gusty winds or even damaging winds with it, especially with torrential rainfall. The activity will spread a little bit further north than I-90, but this activity is likely to be more scattered in nature, so not everyone will see it through the morning. By the time we get to 10, 11, it's pushing east. We got a lot of cloud cover persisting with some light rain or showers, and then we'll start seeing clearing skies towards the afternoon. Unlikely to see much in the afternoon redevelopment-wise, but that possibility exists. Unlikely will be pretty good. There's a timing, if you can see overall what's going on. If you look at La Crosse, Eau Claire, and Waupun, obviously further south you go, it's a better opportunity to get that complex, but you know the precipitation trend comes quite close after about 9 to 10 a.m. It drops pretty quickly, so that's what we're looking at. It could come a little bit earlier, but generally around sunrise to about noon is the threat. And where this lines up, you could see pretty much 1 to maybe 3 inches of rainfall along the core of this storm. Right now it has it basically coming to the southeast, but that could change too. Otherwise, we'll see more showers and thunderstorms coming, but for tonight, it's going to be another muggy night, and tomorrow, muggy conditions. We'll have a little bit of sun in the afternoon, getting those temperatures once again kind of in that low to mid 80 range, and we're not done yet with the thunderstorms. We might have a little bit more coming late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, although that threat doesn't look as bad as we're going on for tomorrow morning. Otherwise, you see the trend with the temperatures back into the 70s, and the weekend with a lot of humidity and showers and thunderstorms, it'll probably keep those temperatures down more into the 70s, and will probably dry out a little bit as we go towards Monday. So it's kind of an active pattern, continues, kind of muggy for some areas. The good news is we're not dealing with the 90-degree heat with the humidity too, so at least that does help, because we could easily be doing with that for August.
Exactly. It could always be worse, right?
For August, yeah.
Like
I said, a lot of people have outdoor plans. The good news is it's late night, early morning, which does help with afternoon activities.
Okay, good to know. Thanks, Greg. Well, coming up, one of the most exciting races, and it's not run by people. Check out these corgis competing to become the top dog.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse delivers everything your business needs, from cleaning supplies to appliances. Get what you need when you need it. Set up your business account today and let Ace of La Crosse do the heavy lifting.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Our leaders need to stand up to Trump and Tom Tiffany, but Francesca Hong's record is a distraction we can't afford. Bizarre rants against holidays we love, from Thanksgiving to Halloween and Valentine's Day. Calls to defund the police, opposed by 70% of Wisconsin voters. Voting against protecting kids from sexual predators. We can't trust Francesca Hong to defend the progress we've built in Wisconsin. Tell Francesca Hong, your record hurts us.
If you're turning 65 or about to go on Medicare, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. These are important decisions and it can feel heavy. With all the plan letters and options, many people worry about making the wrong choice or missing something important. You don't have to face that alone. We'll help you find the plan that fits your health needs, your budget, and your life. We're conveniently located in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and best of all, our services are completely free. Call Strive today.
Business owners, are you tired of running out of supplies? Ace Hardware of La Crosse is the helpful place with the products your business needs when you need it. We service businesses of all sizes. Ask about volume discounts. Contact Jim to set up your service account today.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, forget the Kentucky Derby. This race is all about short legs and big personalities. Dozens of corgis chased canine glory over the weekend at the Corgi Nationals Super Sprint Series in Northern California. Some charged straight ahead, while others took their time to push, play, and tussle with the competition.
A lot of corgis like to get into little tussles or like say, hey, like I'm here, I'm going first, like, and get out of my way or push each other out kind of thing. It's sometimes really entertaining.
And in the end, this 8-year-old corgi named Tony claimed victory. Well, big congratulations are in order for Tony. That is just the cutest thing. All right, don't go too far. We'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
For anybody in this region who is facing mobility issues.
I'd recommend Access Elevator because I know Jason.
The thing that sets Jason apart is that commitment, that passion for making life more pleasant. He will help you think about how to make your life easier in ways that you have not thought about.
There's no second guessing. I immediately say, call Access.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevators. Stop in and see us today.
There are few things in your home that you use any more than an entry door, in and out every day. And then again, when you look at your windows, that's what brings the light and brightness of the outdoors into your home. If it's time for you to get a new entry door, new replacement windows, there's no better time than now to call the Board Store Home Improvements, where we have the finest windows and the finest installers. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
I'm Emily Berge, and I'm running to represent you in Congress. I believe the people of Wisconsin get to decide what happens here, not the people who write the biggest checks, the people of Western and Central Wisconsin. I've built my life here. I've served this community, and I know politics can still be about people. In Congress, I'll stand up for us, because this seat belongs to the people of Western and Central Wisconsin. I'm Emily Berge, and I approve this message.
Trying to understand mortgages can feel a little unhinged, or it could feel like this. At Ultra Federal Credit Union, we keep mortgages simple, friendly, and actually understandable. Apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Well, speaking of corgis, my Roman will probably be a little scared tomorrow because there'll be a lot of thunderstorm activity going on for some areas. Definitely a busy morning. If you're in the yellow, that's more the thunderstorm complex could come through. Heavy rain, more gusty winds are more likely in that area. As you go further north in the green, it's more scattered in nature. We'll finally quiet down, I think, by the end of the week.
Okay, I think Roman would have won.
Yeah, I think
my money would have been on him. All right, thanks, Greg. That does it for us at 5. We'll see you at 6.